being that you're surrounded by really creative people, knowing that they have creativity in them, oozing out of them, but aren't always using it to its fullest, what advice could you give to the creative people of the world to just get off their asses and use it for the greater of humanity or greater for their own life and use? What advice would you have?
Stop trying to be normal, or stop trying to be ordinary. Stop trying to live into somebody else's version of success or acclaim or whatever the case may be. If you're creative, chances are people look at you and your creativity cross-eyed like you are a crazy person. I would say own your creativity and empower yourself to live a life where you feed that creativity. So the more people you can surround yourself with that enjoy your ideas and your way of thinking, the better for you and for everybody, because you will be empowered to create more of that. In the world, we crave the unique and different things, and those are the items of art, architecture, and anything else that has the most value. Yet when we encounter someone, and I say we as a society, not we as in me, because I like jump up and down on the inside and like scream really loud when I see somebody with that much talent. But society, I think, looks at them and says, you're strange and you're different and I don't understand you. So when a creative artist is being looked at in that way, they start to have this self-doubt and this, I must be doing something wrong, and how can I just pretend to be ordinary? The biggest bit of advice for someone who is creative is be your wild and wacky and crazy self. Give yourself permission to be that person. Surround yourself with people that give you the permission to be like that. And you will be able to accomplish anything in the world that you want to. I think the disconnect comes from someone who has that inner secret superpower, creativity, or the ability to invent new things, who thinks that they need to live like an ordinary life. The ordinary people in life are there to help create a structure for the creative and crazy to thrive. You just have to empower yourself to tap into that. A lot of people are based in fear, like I have to create this life that I do something ordinary so that people give me money so I can live my ordinary life. As soon as somebody can see that that is not it, and they are allowed to be their expressive, creative, amazing self, the money will follow. I think the money doesn't follow when people can't give themselves that permission. So it's a little bit of stepping out on like this trust or this faith, if you want to call it that. I don't know that I have a really good word for what it is, yet I think living legendary escapes, we do that. Who would have thought that an immersive pool building experience where you end up with this thing that holds water that you can get into and get wet, who would have ever equated this like thing that you get into and you get wet, swimming pool, with this mentality and way of thinking and ability to have your imagination and appreciate things in a new way? Who would have ever put those together? Yet we did. And I guess someone who's creative could look at that and say, yes, but you build a swimming pool. Well, okay, then my argument would be fine. Then you build a window, or you build a bathtub, or you build a dresser or a piece of furniture, whatever it takes for your brain to say, I'm doing something ordinary. Pools are ordinary, or a dresser, that's ordinary, or a kitchen, that's ordinary. So take whatever it takes for your brain to understand what that thing is and build it over here in your certain way with your secret sauce and your creativity. And do it over and over and over again and talk about it in every way that you possibly can. At that point, it'll be different. And you will get to wake up in the morning, choose your own adventure, and say, I get to do that crazy thing. And I guess it may take rooting it in some element of reality that people can understand, yet doing things in such an extraordinary way that they crave it and yet still probably don't even know what to call it. That is the answer to creativity.